Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to our Zoom. It is Wednesday, the 23rd of October. I usually teach on Fridays, so I had to say the date to get myself in the right groove here, right? Hi, Amy. Good to see you. Thank you for turning your camera on. Nice to see
Good to
people.
see you
Aurora,
too.
good to see you here. All right, so let me share screen and get started because I know you're all excited to learn about essential oils and pain, right? So Wendy, tell me if you can see this. Thank you for the thumbs up. Okay, I'm going to close all of the gallery so I can't see anybody. So if I need help or if something looks wrong, you just go ahead and unmute yourself and tell me. As we move through this information, I encourage you to get ready to snap some pictures, take some notes. This presentation usually lasts me about an hour, and I am gonna fire hose you with all the information in 30 minutes, okay? We're gonna move pretty quick here. Might not be time for questions at the end, so drop those in the chat because I know a lot of you here are experienced and you might be able to answer those questions, okay? So essential oils and pain. My specialty. I am a clinical massage therapist at a chiropractor's office, as well as a certified labor doula. So I use doTERRA in all of those businesses to help people manage their pain, eliminate their pain, recognize their inflammation, and then use the oils and supplements to help with it, right? So we're going to take a test before we get started, so that we have a baseline of information to work with. Okay, so let me go ahead and click to the next slide. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being your worst, rate your pain in the following categories. These three categories is what we're going to talk about throughout our whole class. Chronic pain, it's a part of your daily life, 1 through 10, 10 being the worst. Okay, emotional pain, it's the heaviest that's real. Most of us have experienced that in the last couple of years post-COVID, right? Then we have occasional pain, which means you have good days and bad days, okay? Rate yourself on this scale 1 through 10, please. Because by the end of this class, I want you to have more resources, more ideas on products and oils to use, okay? So here you will see the doTERRA Wellness Pyramid with the question that is posted. Which body system or systems need the most support? So I want to encourage you to think of the body in a more holistic way. We're not going to be treating one symptom or one system because we know that they're all connected, okay? And so that's why we start out this class by talking about foundational support. When you lay the right foundation, you can then build on top of it and you have an overall steady structure or more fulfilled health, right? So notice on the bottom level of our wellness lifestyle pyramid is nutrition and digestion, okay? And that will include the VMG Plus, the E Omegas, and our Restore microbiome product. So those three products are going to help your body right off the bat manage pain better. That's not even including the essential oils yet, right? So the foundation of health and what builds the strongest body is the fuel that you put inside. And everything we eat either feeds disease or fights disease. And so we can support our body and change the way we feel by using these foundational products every single day. Now, here is how the VMG, the omegas, and the PB Restore can help in those three categories of pain. For chronic pain, the VMG provides healthy response to oxidative stress. VMG stands for vitamins, minerals, and greens, okay? So you're gonna get products that support bone health, calcium, magnesium, zinc, vitamin D. It supports healthy joint function and comfort. When it comes to emotional pain, you will feel mental clarity, better brain function, Our omegas are amazing with the addition of wild orange in it. It makes it so much more bioavailable for the body. It protects against lipid oxidation and supports healthy function of the brain, eyes, and nervous system. So regulating our nervous system is definitely one way we can manage our pain. And when it comes to occasional pain, the VMG provides powerful foundational support of vital minerals and vitamins to keep your body performing at peak performance. It provides optimal nutrition that protects your body and actually speeds recovery. I've seen that already in my husband, even since September. He's now on the VMG and the E omegas and feeling much less inflammation in his body, which results in less pain. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't put out a disclaimer here and say that I'm not a doctor. So I cannot prescribe medication for pain. But there is no ignoring the dangers of prescription pain medication. Okay. Maybe some of us have been there before. If you've ever been in the hospital for surgery, you do have to take pain medication for a certain length of time, right? But what is the danger of pain medication? It can lead to addiction, right? It gives a false sense of euphoria, which is just a temporary fix, right? And then when you want to get off of the pain meds or you don't have any more, you have to deal with the withdrawal symptoms. And prescription opiates are overprescribed, even to teenagers. So there's a real problem all across the country with overprescription of pain medications. If you're on them for too long, it shuts down the digestive system, right? However, there is overwhelming evidence that natural treatments are effective and safe. Natural treatments. Okay, so the goal is to get on top of your pain and then maintain. So, why are these treatments less prevalent? Well, that's because they take more time and effort. Drugs, you get a quick response. Natural treatments takes time. So we have to be patient with the body. We have to allow our bodies time to heal. And that's not always easy in this fast-paced world that we live in, right? Now, at the bottom of the screen, there's some tips for weaning off of pain meds if you are wanting to, or if you know of anybody who wants to get off of their pain meds. They definitely need to increase their water intake. They need to replace the habit, okay? They need to take the VMG and additional supplements, which we're going to now jump into, and they need to support themselves with a group of people that's going to cheer them on. It makes the biggest difference. Change their environment, and that's really, really important. Okay? So, as a clinical massage therapist who's been working in the chiropractic office for 26 years, this is my treatment that I use on all of my patients. It's 8 oils. You could take a picture there. Balance in lavender, really calm the nervous system down. Melaleuca and On Guard help support the immune system, okay? So you have the nervous system, the immune system. Then you have Aroma Touch and Deep Blue, which lower inflammation, and Wild Orange and Peppermint, which come in and help the body create homeostasis. It's a wonderful, relaxing treatment. You do not have to be a massage therapist to do this. A 5-year-old could put a couple of drops on the spine and rub it in with a loving touch. There is a free course to take. I believe it's free now, or they might still be charging for it. There is an actual Aroma Touch kit that is an enrollment kit, and it gets you access to the course for free. But there is a course on training.doterra.com where you can watch videos of Dr. Hill teaching this technique and actually do it to your friends and family. So highly recommend that you give that a try. The next protocol that I use for serious conditions is called the Symphony of the Cells. Now, some of you may have heard about this. Take a picture of this screen here because all of those oils being layered on the spine and on the feet with a hot pack on top afterwards feels amazing. I did this protocol 3 times to someone who called our office in severe sciatic pain, and they walked out of the office with no pain. Of course, it did come back like 3 days later. He got relief, and he was also doing PT, and he's now seeing me on a regular basis and wants this oil protocol. So you've got frankincense, tea tree, wintergreen, or birch, aroma touch, lemongrass. We don't have white fir anymore, but you could substitute Siberian fir with that. Helichrysum's great for pain. A soothing blend is deep blue, and then peppermint at the end to drive all those oils in. So if you have had experience with either one of these, the Aroma Touch or the Symphony of the Cells, can you please share a little bit about that in the chat so that it can pique other people's interest and we could all learn from each other, okay? Now, moving on, we're going to talk about these 5 categories: joint pain, muscle pain, emotional pain, digestive pain, and head tension, headaches, migraines, okay? You can see a lot of the products might be available to you. They cross over some categories, like the deep blue is wonderful for most all kinds of pain, right? Some of you may have already been thinking about the deep blue polyphenols or the turmeric capsules, right? But on this slide, we added the frankincense, our brand new product, one of them, the frankincense with boswellic acid complex. It is a beautiful capsule that has been helping both me and my husband. We take one at night before we go to sleep. It's helping with my neuropathy in these 3 fingers and his lower back pain from bulging discs. So, joint pain and VMG. Okay, so all of these little categories are sample wellness box options that you could add on your LRP to help you deal with these types of pains. So joint pain is kind of deep, right? It's beyond soft tissue. It's more structure. So you're going to be looking at turmeric soft gels, deep blue, and deep blue polyphenols. Notice there are supplements that you take internally and also ointments or oils that you put on topically. So you're hitting it from both sides, okay? It's necessary to do that with most types of pain. You will get long-term relief from this, and some of us like to actually mix up some of the oils and call it a morphine balm, but sometimes some people get the same relief from the turmeric and the deep blue polyphenols. Highly recommend those. Okay, muscle pain. So the VMG and the omegas and the restores baseline foundational, right, support. And then you'll see here that we've added the Copaiba soft gels because Copaiba helps all body systems. So muscle pain can be like all over, right? When you talk about certain conditions like fibromyalgia, lupus. I'm not really sure if I was supposed to be too compliant on this class, but I'm just going to say certain types of pain, right? The deep blue rub, I have this in my household because everybody uses deep blue. So this was the oldest way that they, made deep blue in a big canister for professionals. But they do sell the deep blue rub in a smaller container, as you see on the slide. And then we have marjoram. Did anybody realize you could use marjoram for pain? Does anybody have experience? I'm going to open it up for just a second. Does anybody have experience using marjoram for pain? Unmute yourself and share.
I can share, Mapu.
Please, thank you.
So I didn't know that initially that it was for pain until somebody introduced me to the morphine balm. So that's the only way I've used it so far, with the lemongrass, frankincense, copaiba, and marjoram in that capsule, and it is a beauty.
Awesome. I love that you said the morphine balm too. You know what I'm talking about, right? So if you could drop those oils in the chat, that'd be helpful. You can make up a morphine balm capsule every 4 hours until pain subsides. Much better for your body than prescription drugs. So marjoram, I'm sure you're also thinking about different other oils that you may have used. As a labor doula, I use black pepper for back labor. Some people find relief with coriander is another one. So you just have to play with the oils to see what suits you. But this is something that you can, start with and then experiment later on with other oils. Okay, emotional pain. So that's real, right? Maybe you've lost someone in death. Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe you lost your job. Those are all typical things that we face at one time or another. Our adaptive line is so special. And so any kind of stress that you're going through, highly recommend that you give it a try. It's a 3-product system. So you have the roller that you got to carry with you at all times. So you could just roll it on your pulse points and instantly get help. Then there's the 15 ml that they recommend using in the diffuser so that you're smelling it throughout the day and everybody else around you in your home is benefiting as well. And then there is the calming blend capsules, which has ahi flower and GABA and helps your brain just take it down a gear or two, right? And so when you use all 3 of those, stressful situations are a lot easier to manage, okay? And then we have one of our 6 emotional oils there, and they decided to put peace. And I would also add to this slide console. Those 2 oils are just so beautiful. The instant you smell it out of the bottle, most people can feel a shift in their stress level and their emotional pain. Those 2 oils can be diffused. It only shows one diffuser there, but we have many others available. And so when you're diffusing in the air, it helps everybody else in the environment, not just you. Okay. And then, of course, we have frankincense. Frankincense crosses the blood-brain barrier. And so when you're in an emotional situation, you usually can't make good decisions, or you're scared to make a decision because of the consequences, right? So frankincense helps our brains to release the tension and calm down. It's actually labeled as a sedative when it comes to properties in our essential oil book, right? So think of a sedative as being helpful in any emotionally painful situation. Do we have anybody who wants to share with any of this information right now, especially when it comes to the emotional pain?
I can share. For me, adaptive helped me when I had to go back to work. I work at a hotel and I work at the airport. So after 2021, and we had to go back to work after all of that, I was scared and terrified. And my adaptive is what helped me be calm and be okay with going to work in that environment.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Amy.
Welcome.
You brought that up when you went back to work, because even now, when I know that I'm going to be in a large crowd, I suffer a little anxiety, and that never happened to me before COVID. And so if I know that I'm going to a location where there's going to be a lot of people, even at convention in Salt Lake City, Utah for doTERRA, I was taking 1 or 2 adaptive in the morning just to kind of help me get over that and believe that I'm going to be okay and I'm going to be safe, right? So yeah, our adaptive line is really powerful. I absolutely love it. Okay, let's talk about digestive pain now. We have a lot of products to help with this issue because 95% of people are walking around with some kind of digestive issue, right? May not be so bad that they would call it pain, maybe people address things quickly, right? But are they on digestive enzymes? Do they drink enough water? There's so many things that could go wrong with your digestive system to cause pain. Bloating, cycles, So which item do you think is the number one product for digestive pain here? Just unmute yourself and scream it out. Which item?
PB Restore.
Ah, good guess. But no, it would be Digestin oil because it's fast acting, right? Thank you, Marva, for that guess. I actually love the PB Assist. The Restore is wonderful for overall microbiome health, right? But Digestin oil is what you get the quickest relief from. So we also have Terrazyme, which I take 2 Terrazymes at night before I go to bed, and I'm regular every morning, and then I have a lot of energy. Highly recommend our Terrazyme when you're traveling because eating, sleeping, stress, that all affects the digestive system, right? PB Assist Plus is great for kids, but can be used by adults as well. Digestin oil, I just gave some to another pregnant woman who I was talking to who said she's having a hard time keeping anything down and she has reflux and acid or heartburn. Of course, our children are never left out, right? We have Tamer, which has the Japanese peppermint in it, and it's in a roller bottle, so that means it's really easy to apply. You can give it to them, and they could roll it on their feet or their tummy. Then there's PB Restore, like Marva was saying, and our peppermint enteric coated soft gels. So I don't know if you've heard this before, but those soft gels are what Dr. Riggs actually recommends before you go have a colonoscopy, because it will help reduce the inflammation and it will make it more comfortable and it will bring about quicker healing afterwards. So keep that in mind. And of course, again, our frankincense boswellic acid complex can definitely be helpful for digestive pain. Okay. So sometimes I go into statistics and I give other resources on how you can do more research on these specific areas. But because I had to get this class done in 30 minutes, I eliminated that. But please know that doTERRA has other classes as well as ebooks that you can have access to help you manage pain, eliminate pain. Okay. But our last category here is all about head tension and migraines. So raise your hand if you have ever suffered from a migraine. It can be debilitating, right? I have only had a migraine a couple times in my life, but I remember that it hurt so badly. I just wanted to go into a fetal position. I needed it to be quiet, to be dark, not to be touched, and just to be left alone. So people need help in this category because they're popping pills to help them, right? So Copaiba soft gels, 2 at the onset of a migraine and 2 every 2 hours will help it. Frankincense, straight underneath your tongue, on the crown of your head, and on the back portion of your neckline here. Past tense oil is really, really powerful. It has cilantro in it, which helps circulation and helps detox quickly, especially heavy metals. So past tense is a topical ointment that can be all over the shoulders, just on the temples, not too close to the eyes because it will burn. But another one that I recommend on the crown for migraines. It has been very helpful for some of my customers to apply a cold pack after they put on that past tense for migraines. There's this little hat that you can get on Amazon that covers your eyes, and you could put it in the freezer. It makes it cold. And so some people put a little bit of past tense, and then they put that little cap over, and they just wait for their body to regulate. And then, of course, they have eucalyptus. So why would you think eucalyptus would be added into this category for head tension and migraines? Just go ahead and unmute yourself. Eucalyptus is typically,
It opens up the airways.
yes, absolutely. So what you want to do when you have a headache, well, you tend to just kind of go in and do shallow breathing, right? But when you have a headache, you actually need more oxygen. So eucalyptus, just smelling it out of the bottle, will instantly cause you to take in more oxygen, opening up your chest cavity. Some people actually end up coughing, but that's an okay thing because it's going to ignite certain reflexes that stimulate blood circulation. And so eucalyptus can be very helpful when it comes to head tension and migraines. So those 5 categories, again, let me go back to that one slide: joint pain, muscle pain, emotional pain, digestive pain, and head tension and migraines. There's so much that we can do for ourselves, for our family, for our friends. We have the solutions, we can provide them that are natural, that work better, and they're more effective than over-the-counter drugs. So I'm going to wrap it up now with just one simple saying. Sometimes I share slides on enrollment kits for pain, but I think we're all experienced oilers here, and we can put something together, customize it for our friends, right? But just remember, when you share doTERRA products, you bring hope and wellness to the people that you love, your community, and ultimately the world. Selling the doTERRA way is about service. One drop at a time and one person at a time, we are serving the world with wellness solutions. This topic of pain management is huge, and I really appreciate you showing up today to hear this information. I hope that you were inspired to use some new products, but also to share this with your friends and family. We are recording this, and it will be posted on my YouTube channel as well as Danny Flynn's YouTube channel and Trello board. So if you missed any of it, if you want to hear it again, or if you want to share it, then that is available for you. Okay? So with that, I'm gonna open it up for the last 2 minutes for questions, comments, and I'm gonna check out the chat while somebody asks questions or shares comments. Your thoughts?
Thank you. That was great. Appreciate you taking time to teach us that stuff.
You're welcome. Okay. Morphine bomb, thank you, Wendy, for dropping that.
Quick question regarding the morphine bomb. I got interrupted. Can you tell me, like, as you were saying earlier, when we do things that are natural and holistic, it takes longer. How soon does that work, or how quickly will we see the effects of that, the benefits of that?
That's a great question. Wendy, you want to share your experience?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what we're taking care of. I think with things like that, it's fast acting. And like with Digestion, it's fast acting. So it's not like we have to do those for 30 days before we see a result. So with that morphine bomb, you should see results pretty, like you would take an Aleve or an ibuprofen. That was my personal experience with it.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so you would start with one, and how many times a day initially, do you suppose?
You would do it as often you would a Tylenol or something like that. So every 4 to 6 hours, right, Mapu?
Yeah. Every 4 to 6
Wonderful.
hours, you could do another one. So yeah. And then of course, remember, you could add any other modality on top of our oils and supplements, right? So a heating pad, an ice pack, some magnets, a hot sauna, a hot shower, a cold shower, right? There's a lot of different things that we could add on top of it. Chiropractic care, acupuncture. I truly do believe that most people, when they find the right products as well as the right modalities, they can manage their pain without prescription medication. I've seen it over and over again with bulged discs, accidents, surgeries, all kinds of things. So I'm really passionate about this topic, and I love the fact that we had so many people here today showing up. That's pretty cool.
Can
Okay.
Cool.
Can I
cool.
add something, Mapu?
Yeah.
Just on that, so with my personal experience, I kind of rate my pain. So if it's not a real high level, I'll do 1 of the capsules. If it's chronic, I'll do 2. But I'm also really mindful about what I'm eating and what I'm drinking. I've eliminated a lot of things like from my diet that I know causes inflammation. So that could also be an important factor.
Yes, yes. See, I'm so glad you brought that up. That's why this class usually does last an hour, because we talk about other things that could be adding to your inflammation, right? Like sugar and other things that we know we're not supposed to be exposing ourselves to, but we do. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about, but that was the basic gist. And I am so happy that everybody showed up today on a Wednesday. It's 12 o'clock here in California. I know everybody comes from different places, so it's different time zones, but thanks for showing up. I hope you learned something new, and watch for our next class on all of our social media sites. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.